Happy Wellness Wednesday. It's your girl, it's your host, Lynette Thomas. And I am coming on and sharing a wellness tip with you today. And there's a very important question that I hear all the time. And no doubt you hear it too, and you probably are the one that's saying it. Hey, we all say it, especially when you have a passion and a purpose for something, especially when God has called you to something. You often ask a question: why me? Put your hands up if that's you. Put your hands up if you ask that question. You find yourself asking that question all the time. God, why me? Why do I always have to be the one to apologize? Why do I always have to be the one to do whatever it is that you do? Have you been in that position before where you're saying, why me? Well, let me share and let me introduce you and let me answer that if I can. Why not you? Why not you? When God created you, He created us with a purpose in mind. So we are all born and we are all put on this earth for a reason. We are not here for ourselves. We are not educating ourselves for ourselves. We are doing this because there's a purpose and there's a passion that God placed on the inside of you. And so it is our mission and business to give that purpose to the world. I don't go to school and I don't learn for me, just for me, but I learn and I hone my skills because I am offering the world something. And when God made you, sister, He broke the mold. Brother, He broke the mold. There will never be another you. There will never be another you. Okay? We all in this world, there are millions of people in this world, and we all have a fingerprint. And no fingerprint is the same. None of us have the same fingerprint. We all have a different and unique fingerprint. And that is how we are at times identified. You know, there are other ways to identify you, but your fingerprint is one of them. And so that's what we are in this world. We are a unique fingerprint that cannot be recognized by any other body. Let me say that again. We can't be recognized by nobody else because only I have this fingerprint, right? And so that's what we are in this world. So God chose you because nobody's compassionate like you. Nobody's thoughtful like you. Nobody else, perhaps in your family, is as gifted as you. Doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. It just means that God has given you a special love. He has given you a special compassion. He has given you a special calling that only you among your peers and family operate in that space. So when we say, why me? I know it get tiresome sometimes. I know sometimes, it gets lonely in that space. But you know what I found? Instead of saying, God, why me? I pray and I ask God to plant me in a soil with like-minded people. Not like me, because there is nobody like me. But God, plant me in a soil of people that is like-minded, that, Father, they could nourish, they can inspire, and they can empower. You ever got around a group of people? Man, it was like, whoo, it was like a breath of fresh air. You didn't have to explain yourself. They understood you. They got you. They was able to support you without asking you why you do this, why you do. You find yourself repeating or explaining to people. Listen, sister and brother, we don't have to explain everything. Man, isn't it nice to get around a group of people that you don't have to explain yourself? You're like, man, that was easy. Wow, that was amazing. I didn't have to explain myself. I was able to be me. I was able to have fun. I was able to let my hair down. I was able to, wow, I walked away from this set of people. I walked away amazing. I walked away feeling good. I walked away feeling like I could be who God has called me to be. Why me? Because you have a passion for these set of people. Nobody can do it. Not anybody can be a doctor. Not anybody can be a lawyer. Not anybody can be a dog groomer. Not everybody. You got to have a heart for that. People go and get jobs. You can't go and work in any kind of job. If you don't have a passion for that, you know what I'm saying? It's not just a paycheck. People say at the end of the day, at the end and beginning and the side of the day, sometimes what you do, sometimes what we do, it's not about the paycheck. I gotta like what I do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like the mission. When I look for a job today, when I was looking for a job, that's why I made up in my mind that I was going to take the chance on me and open up my own business 27 years later. I have not worked for anybody because I had a purpose. I had a vision in mind for myself. And I just couldn't see myself working a 9 to 5, putting in all of this passion and purpose for a portion of a paycheck. Now, I'm not knocking that because that's what people have to do. But even when I was working, I made up in my mind that I would no longer take jobs that I'm not for the mission and the vision. I'm not in the putting people out their house business. I'm not in the business of taking from people. I'm in the business of giving to people. And so that's the jobs that I have decided that I want to work in. Those are the jobs I decided a long time ago that I wanted to be in the wellness industry, that I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to make a difference in the lives of people. I wanted to be able to give somebody back their heart, or to make, somebody's vision work, or to be able to be a blessing to moms who want to have a baby, And so that was my heart. That was where I come alive at. Some people say, I don't know, Coach Lynette, what I'm purposed to do. I don't know what I was born to do. And I answer that by saying, what is it that lights you up? What is it that sparks your fire? What is it that, man, when you start talking about that thing, oh my God, you get so excited. You get so supercharged. You get so energetic about that thing. It's that right there. You could talk about it all day. You can, oh my God, you start doing research. People ask you about it. You go 20 extra miles. It's that thing right there. It is that thing right there that you were born to do. You were called to do that right there. That perhaps, sister, that perhaps, brother, is your life purpose. That's your calling. And so, it's not what everybody else is doing. It's what you're doing. It's what you are doing. It's what you're doing. Do what you were born to do. Do what you're passionate about, not what nobody else. It's not what nobody else think. It's not what nobody else feel, because nobody has to live in this house. Nobody but you. And if I'm going to live in this house, I'm going to live in this house in peace and not in pieces, because God doesn't want us to live our lives in pieces. Peace, he wants us to live. Joy, he wants us to live. Happiness, he wants us to live. Because when we live in that space, we touch and we inspire everybody around us. And so that is the kind of life and love that we want to be living. And whatever it is that you're passionate about, we were called to give it away. I always say, when I pass away, I want to die empty. Empty. That means that I have lived out this life purpose and I have given everything away. This knowledge that I want to give it away. That's why this post is being made today, because I am a wellness coach. I own and operate a wellness center. I specialize in pain and stress management. I specialize in trauma therapy. I specialize in wellness nutrition coaching. I specialize in oncology. I specialize in health and wellness. And so people come to me because they want wellness. And they invest in themselves so that they can live a lifestyle, because wellness is a lifestyle. It's not something you pick up, you achieve your goal, and then you put it down. That's not a lifestyle. That's not wellness. Okay? People today, they want a quick fix. I'm old school. Old school, we put in the work. If you want anything and you want to be successful in anything, you can't be lazy. You got to put in the work. You want to lose weight? You got to put in the work. And then the work come after you lose the weight, because now you got to maintain that. Because if you don't, and you go back to your old lifestyle, your old habits, you're going to pick up that weight all over again, and you're going to find yourself 500 pounds and starting over again. So guess what? You got to have the mindset that if I change my eating habit, whether you want to become a vegan, a vegetarian, whatever it is that you want to do, you have to make up in your mind that I'm not just going to do this, achieve my goal and drop off. This is my lifestyle now. Because when you make it a lifestyle, then that's when you are going to find yourself sticking and staying. You want to be consistent in life. Consistency. It takes consistency. Repetition. Because you become what you do. Your success is found in your everyday routine. What you do every day, success is found in your daily routine. It's what you do every day, all day. So make sure that what you're doing all day, every day, is inspiring you and inspiring other people around you. So if I look at TV all day, what is in my head? What's in my head? I got some people, they talk about the news all day. Who shot, who killed, who this, who that. I don't want to hear that. I don't grow there. See, and you got to be around like-minded people. What they say, you can't flock with pigeons and you want to soar like an eagle. It ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Two birds, two different birds. A pigeon and an eagle, you'll never see them two together. They don't go together. They don't go together. Pigeon like to stay on earth. He like to stay eating crumbs and garbage and dirt and all of that. But eagle like to soar high. Ooh, they like to spread their wings. They like to see the world. You cannot hang with the turtles when God has made you a giraffe. Okay? When a giraffe head, God designed that giraffe in such a way that when a giraffe puts his head down, they say the giraffe pass out. You know why? Because he wasn't born to put his head down. He was born to eat high. He was born to see things from a large scale. Come on, people. Why me? Why not you? Because God built you different. He built you to lift 300 pounds. He built you to lift 400 pounds. He built your broad shoulders because he knows that you have compassion for people. You got to have a love and a compassion for people. You got to have patience. You got to have all the right ingredients. And not everybody have them. Certain people are called to certain people. Certain people are called to a certain profession. Like I said, it goes back again. Everybody can't be a doctor. You may not have the patience. You can't take blood. You can't, it ain't for you, and that's all right. Doesn't make you any less or any. It's just that, certain people need this certain kind of doctor. You see what I'm saying? And so when you find yourself in a place saying, why me? Come back and say, it has to be me. And trust me, pray and ask God to change your mind about that statement. Father, put me around like-minded people that are the me. Because guess what? As we pour into others, God always has somebody to pour back into us. Because you cannot give, brother, and you cannot give, sister, on E. You can't give on E. You got to go and replenish. You got to go take that vacation. Take that retreat. Whatever it is, a staycation. Whatever it is you need to do, whether it's meditation, prayer, quiet time, whatever it is that you need to do to replenish and to renew your mind, your heart, whatever you need to do to get centered, do that. Don't let nobody steal your peace. Don't let nobody take your joy. There will never be another you. That's because you're unique. That's because you're special. That's because you're different. That's because you're loving, you're caring. That's because you're just fantabulous. Yeah, let me say that again. That's because you're so darn fantabulous, man. You're so amazing, sister. You're so beautiful. Your heart is just so amazing. Sometimes we give our heart to the wrong people. And it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because I don't know how to be selfish with my love. I don't know how to be stingy with my love. I don't know how to love from a not so good place. That ain't me. That ain't how God wired me. So I don't need to dumb down my love. I don't need to dumb down who I am because of you, and you, and you. You see? Hurt people hurt people. And we're going to talk about this another time, but we're going to talk about them triggers. You got to know your triggers because we all have them. We all have triggers. And you can't go around. Once you learn what those triggers are, you can't go around people that trigger you. First of all, we have to work on them triggers. Do the work. Go to counseling. A lot of people don't like counseling because they don't want to do the work. But it is important that you do the work so that you are not hemorrhaging all over people. You got to get that hurt under control. Because guess what? I'm not her, sis. I'm not him. I didn't hurt you. Because God, we want good people in our lives, but God is not going to continue to put good people in our lives because God will bring the good people in our lives. And because you have not done the homework and you have not healed the hurt, you will hurt these good people that don't deserve that. They don't deserve that from you. So God, no. God says to us sometimes the answer is no, not right now. Because if I bring that good man, if I bring that good woman, if I bring that good friend in your life right now, you're going to hurt her because you hurt. You ain't healed that. We're going to talk about that too. Why people get into a relationship and ain't healed and get right into another one. Get right out of a relationship and then go right back into another one. For what? Why? You need to heal your heart. When I got out of my first marriage, I knew I was hurt. I did not want to take that to somebody else. I went to counseling. I did the work. I didn't date. I didn't date for a lot of years. I did not date because I didn't want to hurt nobody. I didn't want to make somebody else pay for what this man did to me. It wasn't right. Why me? Because God knows that she has an amazing and an incredible heart. Not everybody can be on the front line. Not everybody have a heart to love. So for those that do, we find ourselves on the front line all the time. Why not me? Because God chose me. And he chose you. He chose me and he chose you. He chose us to be and do. So you got to heal your heart. Counseling is amazing. I'm a counselor. Counseling is amazing. Counseling is amazing, especially in our African American community. We was told, oh, if I go to counseling, you crazy. It ain't got nothing to do with you crazy. Counseling don't have nothing to do with you being crazy. Counseling, even the Bible says that in everything you do, seek counsel. A wise man seek counsel. He knows the benefit. He knows the importance of counseling. Because if I don't get counseling, I'll make the wrong decision. And guess what? Are you not tired of cycles? You know what a cycle is? A cycle is when you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Cycles are lessons that you have not mastered and learned. When you master that lesson, there is a blessing in every lesson. Whatever you go through, whatever you're going through, learn the lesson. Don't say, why am I going through this? I can't believe I'm going through this. No, sit down. Ask God, why am I going through this? Why am I here? Learn the lesson out of that so that when you move on, you don't repeat it. Let's break the cycles. Let's break the cycles so you don't keep living your life in cycles. You don't keep picking the same woman. You don't keep picking the same man. That's the same woman that broke your heart. She's just in a different dress with different boobs and butt. That's the same man, sister, that broke your heart. You just got out of that relationship. That's the same man. He's just a little taller, little baller. It's the same man. Because you keep picking and choosing the same person. You're drawn to the same personality. Oh, we have so much in common. Let me tell you what you have in common. You have brokenness in common. Brokenness. You got the same brokenness in common. Go to counseling so you can work on yourself. So you can live your life in peace and not in pieces. We want to live our life in peace, not in pieces. And you got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to invest in you. I want to thank all of you for joining this post. I can go live now. And I'm going to be going live. And I'm going to be teaching. Like and share this page. Share the beauty of wellness with others, because I'm telling you something, the right information can change and save your life. And perhaps you may say, well, this ain't for me. Well, then it is for somebody that you know. Because a lot of people that we know are healing in silence. And we no longer have to heal in silence. Sometimes the closest people to us, they're healing in silence. They're going through things you don't even know. You be like, man, I didn't know so-and-so was going through this. I mean, I talk to them every day. I talk to them every week. But they didn't tell me they was going through this. Share this post. Share this post. Connect your loved ones to this page. Because we're going to come on here and we're going to be talking. We're going to be inviting some amazing guest speakers, coaches. We're going to be doing financial fitness because God wants us healed in every area of our lives. You can be good everywhere else, but if you ain't got no money coming in, don't that affect you? Sure do. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Mental health, let's talk about it. Spiritual health, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your nutrition. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your relationships. Your love relationships as well as your family relationships. Let's talk about your siblings. What's your relationship with your siblings? Why aren't you close to them? What beef y'all got going on 20 years ago? How you play a part in that? Because you know what? Isn't it funny that we can pick and choose our friends? But isn't it funny how God chose our siblings? Nobody can be your brother or your sister but your brother and sister. And sometimes we look at things the wrong way. So I asked God to give me a new pair of glasses. Why did you choose me in this family? Have you ever asked yourself that? What is my role in my family? God, why did you call me to this family? Instead of saying, oh, my brother ain't this, or oh, my sister ain't that, or oh, they ain't this, or oh, they don't do that, they don't do this. What's my role here? Let me not look at nobody else, God. Why did you call me to this family? What am I supposed to be doing in this family? What do I bring to the table? And when you start operating your gift in your family, sometimes change don't come until we change. When I changed my role in my family, man, it was a different story. It was a different story because people cannot always treat you the way they treat you. When God changed you, when you go to counseling and you do the work, everybody else got to change the way they treat you now. Because they're going to be like, oh my God, so-and-so different now. Something different about them. You know, they can't treat you the way they've always treated you. Why? Because you did the work. You did the healing work and you changed yourself. We are not responsible for changing anybody. We're not that big. We're not that powerful. Only God can change the heart of a man and a woman. We can't do that. We can pray for them. And listen, if they toxic, they don't need the front row seat in your life. Sometimes we got to give people the back seat until either we get healed and they get healed. And then when we both get healed, maybe we can come back together. But until then, we got to love from a distance. So yes, why me? We don't have to take abuse because I got a kind heart, because I'm loving and I'm giving. I don't have to keep giving you my money. I don't have to keep putting myself in harm's way because I have a beautiful, loving heart. No, I got to guard my heart. The word tells us that. You got to guard your heart. You got to protect that. I'm going to always be who I am because that's who God called me to be. And I'm not going to belittle and dumb myself down and suppress myself down to be a person that I'm not to love you. I hope this blessing your heart. Like and share this page because somebody need to know this. Somebody out there today hurting themselves, trying to be who they not to people that they love in their life. Because some people you just can't put in the bushes. You can't tuck them away. You can't tuck your mom away. You can't tuck your dad away. You can't tuck your sister away, your wife, your husband. We need to learn how to cope with these people. But before we learn how to cope with them, you got to first know how to cope with yourself and get the help you need. Yeah? Yeah. So, why not you? Because you're beautiful. Because you're special. Thank you, sir, woman, for being you. Thank you for being so loving and so kind. Thank you for being so mindful and thoughtful of others. Trust me, there's a lot of people out here in the pond for you. There's a lot of people out here that appreciate your giving. There's a lot of people out here that appreciate your heart, that appreciate your concern. There's a lot of people out here that love you for you. They are crazy about you. So guess what? Don't beat up yourself. So the next time you say, God, why me? Why me? Ask, why not me? So listen, you be blessed. Don't you go out here messing up nobody else's day. You go out here and you rock the day. Hold your head up high and know that you are amazing in this world. Just know that you bring light, love, hope, inspiration, empowerment, education, all that. You bring all that to the table. And do not dumb yourself down to fit in somebody else's small world. You hear me? It's your girl. It's your coach, Lynette Thomas. Have an amazing day. An amazing and an incredible and an inspiring day on purpose. Like and share this page now. Like and share this page.